What is that? That's your slider. Yeah. Today's gonna be a really busy day. I have the CEO of GoSun coming into town today, and we have a lot to go over. We still gotta finalize all the cabinet layout. We've gotta figure out where all the solar equipment is gonna go. I haven't even seen the batteries that are gonna go into this house, and I'm concerned that they're not gonna fit. So I want the fucking batteries. So as soon as he gets here, I gotta get those batteries off his van and into this house to make sure everything's gonna fit. It's like 65, 70 pounds, right? Yeah. Jeff and Santiago are gonna work all day on getting the interior shiplap installed on this house. One of the unique things about the interior is the fact that the ceiling is actually darker than the walls. The reason we did this is we really hope that it helps make the house feel bigger than it actually is. Given that the house is only 22 feet long, I really think it's gonna help brighten up the inside of the house. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this week's episode of Bantam Built. If you haven't subscribed, click that button below. Also, be sure to turn on the notifications so you know exactly when we air next week. And if you have any comments at all, leave them below and I'll be happy to answer them. Me and Patrick have a lot of line items to go over. So at some point today, we're gonna have to sit down and really go through all of the different things and really just answer each other's questions so that we're all on the same page for this house. It's calling right now. Hello, this is Bob. So I wanted the fucking batteries. So I got all the inputs, all the outputs, the inverter, the bypass, this stupid outlet thing. And then I've got all of the PV system on this side. The PV cables can come right in the back.
I mean, it could just sit on the floor too. He was telling me the only thing that we have to worry about
is the PV controller?
Yeah.
Desk over there. Here, move that PV controller, we'll set it on there. The frustrating part about this is that all these freaking switches are on this side. I'd love to mount it that way, but you can't read anything.
What do you mean? No. Oh, I switches. Yeah.
Because you got the style of the cabinet coming out.
Right, I thought we were talking about turning it.
We are. It's a risky move. So that controller can sit next to it.
Where do you want the controller to go?
I was thinking this thing can go right here. Or right here.
Yeah.
It can go right here. But it can go right here.
Hey Bob.
What's up, man?
Hey, thanks, man.
How are you?
I'm good.
How was the drive?
Piece of cake. I got a couple hours of rest in on the way.
How did you get rest?
I just, Emily drove.
Oh, right on.
My name is Patrick. I'm CEO of GoSun, and I've been working with solar for the last 2 decades. So we're pumped to work with Bantam Built.
So we got two window air conditioners running in here. I'm just finishing this up. Starting to, because of where they had the solar controller, that it was gonna have to stand vertical, which would have been too high. And then where the switches were to the batteries, to this, to that. So to make everything accessible this way, have the solar controller inverted upright, and then also have all the batteries. It all fits within that depth. I want the batteries.
It's so funny that Danny forgot those.
I've been cussing out the batteries all morning. I want those fucking batteries. Get. So, hi Emily, I'm Bob.
Hi, are you Bob?
I am Bob.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, we got the fans going today. It's really hot.
You know, there's nothing like a real face-to-face and getting your hands on. So we came up this way. It was just a few hours down the road to work directly with the Bantam Built team to make sure things are going right and to get our hands dirty and help in the build. I wasn't sure about the build quality, making sure that all the air infiltration can be dammed, that things are straight and plumb and tight. But seeing the build quality here at Bantam is bar none. This is some really professional work.
My suggestion is I punch a hole through here, I'll drill a hole here, and then we just lace the wire through and just make this really clean on the back walls, like in presentation. This would be a good place for it. I like
seeing it is going to be helpful to know where your batteries are fried.
just from a diagnostic perspective. I really like putting what?
The thing is so damn big, though.
Yeah, I know.
So frustrating.
So by having the electrical panel close to the door, it allows whoever's trying to service the unit or be it, you know, they can sit in the doorway. Plus when people tour the house, they're going, what is that? Oh, it's a solar controller.
The biggest challenge is combining a design to real life scenario. The engineering and the detail work that goes between those is huge. And we leave a lot of that complexity up to the people who have been doing it for decades.
Speaking of holding tanks, just showed up.
Did they really?
Yep.
Yes. Everything's coming together today. Where are they? Where'd he go? Oh no. That's supposed to be. Yeah. Then our water pump and everything will go right there.
Yep.
This will be beautiful. Which I'm thinking I'm gonna just we'll punch through the floor here, run along the chassis, punch up for the tank sensors on this side.
All your mechanical stuff in that corner there.
Well, yeah, because I gotta get monitors down across the unit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
And the other,
the black.
yeah, and the other thing too is the water pump controller. Those low voltage wires, I might punch through the floor and run those back here too. So then the tank monitor, the water pump switch, the hot water controller, this thing, and the electrical panel, it's all right here. Keep all that shit like in one spot. Right, so let's say you're boondocking somewhere and you overfill the black water tank. Like if you overfill the gray water tank, there's multiple fixtures. You know, you've got your kitchen sink, you've got your vanity, and you've got your shower, right? So if you overfill the gray water tank, you're gonna start getting water up out of your shower, right? Because it's just gonna seek its own level. The last thing you want is to have the toilet water going into the same tank as multiple fixtures. Because if you overfill that tank, it's a little more than soap that's gonna come up out of that thing. It's gonna be pretty shitty. So then that's in there.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you have the optional launder knot. There's two ports that come out of that.
So that's clicked into there. And then that's your slider.
We might have to put it on a different wall than we planned on because he's already got the valve drilled in, which doesn't leave enough space for it. But if we put it on the back wall.
So that's where it's pretty much on center.
You know, you gotta line the can light.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was gonna say. We could do that. The light would be right in the middle.
Get some moisture, you know.
Well,
Get the freaking caulk it or something.
well, I mean, yeah, they're really good actually. I was impressed with it. These hoses will relax.
And Bob, you're like 6'3" or something?
6'2". Yeah, so I would like to see this thing like not slant, well, pretty much slammed, like,
You have it at the full height right now.
yeah, and then
Nice.
So this will work out really good.
What do you think about doing like a layer of FRP or something over that shiplap?
Inside here?
Is it like
Yeah.
moisture? Is that why you're bringing that up?
Yeah,
The whole, you want to like FRP the whole cavity?
just the shower space, you know?
Just like go up
ceiling.
this side, this.
Right, because I don't know how that shiplap's gonna do.
Can we do a smooth FRP? I don't want it to look like a trailer,
I think so. Yeah.
even though it's a trailer, but.
There's a huge gap between a design on paper and real life execution. And that's where Bantam Built really came to play for us. We had some killer ideas, but pulling them all together and integrating them all under one roof is where we really needed a ton of professional expertise.
Clean a toilet, 2 minutes later, it looks like nobody's cleaned it in 3 years.
You know, I bought that
Yeah.
I bought that
CLR or
iron
something.
out,
Oh.
and it's like granular.
Uh-huh.
And I put it in the toilet, and the toilet started foaming, and like I could feel heat coming off the bowl.
The whole bowl cracks.
I was like, Jessica, look at this, and then she's like,
Bob and I really need to sit down today and hammer out a lot of details. There's a huge laundry list of things that we have to go over, from the HVAC and mechanicals and utility systems to colors and where outlets and windows and doors go. I mean, it is a super elaborate project, and I'm really glad that Bob's in charge of a lot of these details.
I'm really glad that me and Patrick could sit down and really go through all of the details that were left unsaid about this house. You know, a house of this kind of complexity really takes a face-to-face conversation of just figuring out what's left, what do we need to do next, and how we're gonna go about doing it. I feel so much better about this week now that today's over.
My first experience.
I've never liked the way you look.
Likewise, motherfucker. Don't do that.